Hi Ramona, I'm Jason Hawkins from K&D Digital and I'll be doing your site review today. Thank you very much for requesting an analysis. We really appreciate it, and hopefully some of our insights can provide some valuable feedback if you're doing a refresh and your approach to take it into 2020. So I'm going to have a look at elements of your site, just general usability, some design issues, content, mobile. Let's have a look at some technical. Let's have a look at some search elements, and maybe plan some ideas about how you can take your site into the new year with a bit of a refresh. I did pick up a few errors on the site, technical issues that should be addressed ASAP. So let's just get into it. Firstly, I should say you're doing a lot of really good things on this site already, which is great. Big images, project shots, all of that, some media, elements of your different parts of your business to really drive it. It's obvious that you do high-end luxury builds, and the imagery and the projects you've got on the site reflect that. So that's brilliant, great steps forward in that. You've got a really good footprint to work from if you're doing a refresh going forward. So the elements of the site, elements that really help reinforce, people are going to take some time to choose a home builder, and usually a lot of, in our experience working with builders, a lot of referrals are all word of mouth. Very rarely do you just get a call from, hey, I need you as a thing just through your website. It's a combination of your connections, your reach, your profile, and the website to reinforce that. So what comes with the elements of the website to really build trust are your project shots, obviously you in the media, and Mark really driving that home with quality imagery, everything to reinforce that quality. So for example, you talk about awards, most award winning, but on this page we need to add the awards to make sure that you're reinforcing the awards that you've got, for example. So also any of your quality assurance and QBCC stuff, which you've got in elements of your site, but I'd really highlight those on your homepage as well, just to reinforce that. The other elements that reinforce that really well are your imagery, which is brilliant. More of that. This people to people, building relationships count, clients' expectations and perfectionism, all of that, you're doing that really well, which is great. Queensland Master Builders, brilliant. And your testimonials, more of that where you can. Any time you can really build that connection with testimonials on your site will really help. So the media is great. The projects, my only comments around projects are you could add some descriptors about the project a little bit more. So you've got lots of images, but no, hey, this is Sanctuary Cove Project X, or Marina, whatever those places are, the projects are, and then have descriptors on each of those projects. So if there's a Sunshine Coast house, this will really help your profile for Google to be found if you're targeting not just the Gold Coast, but also Sunshine Coast and Brisbane. You would call this, if this was in Brisbane, for example, you would say luxury home Paddington, Brisbane, and then describe use some phrases and text to reinforce that for Google. That will really help your profile in other parts of your search profile, and just tell the users a little bit more about the project. Obviously these days video is a big thing, so if you could get walkthroughs of these constructions, that would be brilliant going forward, just to add that interactivity to an engagement to the whole process. So your media is excellent, projects, and I'll wrap news up in that too. The news is great. You've started that journey a couple of years ago, but you haven't really followed through with regular updates. So I don't really want to go to a news page and the news is 4 years old or 3 years old. So really work on getting some of those updates and in the news, and create some content around luxury homes will be your target, I think, for going forward. Reviews are also a necessary part of that. I've talked about testimonials, but the more you can flesh that out and build that out would be brilliant. Services. I think if you are targeting Brisbane as well as the Sunshine Coast, I would really have 3 separate landing pages. I would have a landing page around, luxury home builder Gold Coast, luxury home building Brisbane, luxury home building Sunshine Coast, and have examples of that. Build that into specific landing pages that you can really drive. They will start to bubble to the surface in search. And I'll show you how that could work going in the path. Your brand is great. It reflects the very high-end luxury brand, the Roman column type of design, and embossed golden imprint. For example, I don't know whether that's a little bit dated now. You may want to think about, giving your logo a little bit of a refresh. Most logos get a refresh every sort of 8 years, 7 or 8 years. So it might be time to think about how you can take that luxury design of that into a bit of a refresh. That may or may not be on the table for you. That's totally, a design decision and a branding decision for you. But you'd see these sort of logos, especially on the Gold Coast, with that sort of shiny brass golden feel. I'm not sure whether that hits the mark now, but that's a total personal opinion for me. And you would need to get sort of market research around that. I'm just being brutally honest sometimes when I can do. Okay. Let's have a look at some of your technical issues. Firstly, the glaring technical issue is on mobile. So if I'm looking on, and I tested this on my iPhone, and the same thing applies. Your mobile menu isn't working. So I'm not being able to navigate around your site on mobile. This is obviously a problem and probably easily fixable with your developer, but you need to get obviously get that clicking. There's going to be about probably 30 to 40% of your visitors are visiting from a mobile device, so that's a serious issue. Your users are not having a great experience there. The other thing is your site speed load. Now, Google really likes fast loading sites. So it's worth having, this is just a standard third-party tester web page test. You're not getting a great result for your first byte time, which is server response time of your site. So have a look at this. It's, there's 12 seconds in wait time before the site starts to render. When I say render, sort of build out. So, obviously, if you go to your site for the first time and it's, taking some time to load, at the moment that's taking 19 seconds to load. That should be about 5 to 6 seconds, and it's probably doable with a bit of a review. Maybe you need to upgrade your hosting, but also optimize how your site's being delivered. Now, also critically, this may or may not be affecting your rankings in Google, but the Google PageSpeed Insights test is being blocked at the moment, which isn't great. I've seen this before. Usually it's got something to do with your caching tools in the website's back end. Obviously I can't see that because I don't have access to that, but in the past that has been the case. And also our site auditing tool that does a bit more of a deeper dive into how your site's being delivered is failing as well. So those two things are obviously connected to the same thing. It's worth having a look at a technical level. If you need us to have a look at that, then don't hesitate to reach out. So that's SEMrush. That's our site speed. Look, once it loads pretty quickly, but it's taking your time here. So I'd imagine that's got to do with a combination of your host as well as some of your caching that needs to be streamlined on your site. Page speed insights. Okay, let's look at a little bit of search. Now I've done just a general keyword search for luxury home builder Gold Coast, which I'd imagine you would love to rank for. And thankfully you do. You're not positioned on the map at this stage. However, you are number 3 in Google for this Romark Design Constructions, multiple award-winning custom builder specialising in innovative. So that's really good. That's a good, great result. You will be getting traffic from that, no doubt. If you're doing home builder Gold Coast, let's have a look. You're probably, you're not on page 1. Like I said, this may or may not be a big thing for you because you get a lot of your work from referrals. However, we're getting to be a very crowded space online now, and you want to present your site in the best possible way. So we're on to page 3 now, and you're not here for more of a generic search for home builder Gold Coast. So this is where your landing pages could come into play. So on your site, under services, you would have individual pages, one for Gold Coast, one for Brisbane, one for Sunshine Coast, and really highlight not just the services you provide that area, but the example projects, testimonials, the individual landing pages that you can easily guide people to say, hey, have a look at this house that we've done in Paddington, for example, or Ascot or Hamilton. So so that's how that works. I've had a look for your. This is another search just for your business name, and your Google My Business account is obviously functional, which is brilliant. You've got some images there. Now, I would start fleshing this out as much as you can, and obviously try and get some reviews in this space. So the why I'm saying that is because if you get one bad review in here, without other, obviously you're going to end up with a 1-star or a 2-star. You need to be fleshing this out. You'll be surprised at how many people actually end up viewing this little panel here. And you need to get some reviews. I'd say, at least 10 reviews, 10 good reviews, 4 to 5 stars, 5 stars hopefully. And then if you ever get a negative review, then you're not going to jump to, 1 or 2 stars. So I have helped businesses really address that. And there's a quick way that you can send a link to people to actually add a review to here. So great that House has also done a review here with a 5-star rating. That's brilliant. You just need sort of more of these, which is, obviously hard to do. A little bit of effort. If you've got some raving fan clients, more the better. Take a video of them like you've already done on your site. That is really good, that review video if you've done with that couple. Okay, love this photography. It really describes exactly the work that you do and the high quality that you produce, which is absolutely brilliant. So that is that. We've covered the mobile. We've covered some SEO stuff with your ranking for Brisbane, which was the last one I wanted to highlight. You're not on 1, 2, or 3 or 4 pages for luxury home builder Brisbane. So using those landing pages, you could easily address that over time. So not just with landing pages, but you need to be generating fresh content around luxury homes. So like what you've done within the media a couple of years ago, you need to be doing the same thing but on a regular basis. 1 or 2 articles a month, getting a YouTube channel sorted and really connecting the dots in with social. I like the fact you've got your Instagram feed here. That's brilliant, and your Facebook page. Let's have a quick look at your Facebook page. This is great. Obviously good photos, great video, and your posts, and you're starting to post. So here's 2019 November, which is brilliant. November. Yeah, I like that. Having just talked about your logo. Yeah, that's good. It does set you apart, and that's why I'm not saying, hey, you obviously need to change, but okay, yeah. So you've given it a bit of a push in November. Get some of this content onto your website as well. So how the philosophy we employ is, get the base and core of your content onto your website, and then drive traffic. Read more about so you're using Facebook and Instagram as amplifiers of your content, not just the place to go for your content. So you're driving traffic back to read the full, have a look at the full project. So yeah, I'm liking this. This is good. 2nd of November, 31st. Yeah, so you do it like you're doing a weekly post here, which is great. Absolutely keep that up, but have a more integrated approach back so it combines in with your site. Yeah, nice. I'm in the middle of a renovation, and yeah, I'm loving the type of work that you're producing. It is so nice. Okay, that's Facebook. If you are attracting particular clientele from maybe LinkedIn as well, it might be worth thinking about a LinkedIn page, because you've got high-end businesses spending time there. I love if you are using Pinterest to its full degree, using creating pins. That's not going anywhere. Okay, so yeah, if you are, your Pinterest link does not link to Pinterest. So have a look at that. Set up your Pinterest if you haven't done so. Maybe you were meaning to do it and it never kind of made it. So that's the review. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need assistance with any of this work. We have a design team, we have a construction team, and we have a social marketing team to help you on your way and really help you drive. We've got plenty of clients on the Gold Coast as well as in Brisbane. So yeah, look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.